You know, 2, 3, 1, 2, ow. Welcome back. Shane here with you. Shane Simpson here with you from Guitar Work. Welcome back. I'm surprised it took me this long to get around to doing this song. This is Mr. Bojangles, of course, Jerry Jeff Walker. Such a great song. Classic, classic, classic. I'm going to focus on the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band version of this. It's hugely popular. It seems to be the one that people really gravitate toward. If you prefer the original Jerry Jeff Walker version, just put your capo on 2 instead of 7. Notice we've got a capo on 7 here, capo 7. But if you want to do Jerry Jeff's version, just go to capo 2, and pretty much everything is the same. So hey, welcome back again, and really happy to be here. Your comments and suggestions, all your subscribing, thanks for that. We actually reached 100,000 subscribers like 2 weeks ago. I thank you for that. It sent me a really cool plaque. It's so cool. It's actually gorgeous. So that's really, really exciting. I thank you for that. And other news too coming your way. I'll send you to patreon.com/guitarwork. You know the drill. Patreon.com/guitarwork. I've got 4 sheets here, 2 with the actual song sheets, the chords over top of the lyrics and all that. And here's the details. I'll be referring to this the whole time, and I've got it here on my trusty iPad. I'm also going to be using the drum machine. We'll do a full playthrough at concert speed, but actually let's do it a little slower than that at first, just to make sure. I want to talk to you about some steps. I'll be using the drum machine called the BEATBUDDY, which I have been talking about for a couple of years here, I'm sure. The BEATBUDDY by Singular Sound, and a great story about that, and then we'll get right going, is that a subscriber named Eric in Puerto Rico, I want to thank you personally, a subscriber named Eric in Puerto Rico took it upon himself to email the company that makes the BEATBUDDY, the drum machine, which is called Singular Sound, and tell them that this guy Shane on Guitar at Work channel is using a BEATBUDDY and talking and saying good things. But anyway, the company emailed me, and they've allowed me to do what's called an affiliate thing. It's the first time I've ever had that. So when we get to that, I'll give you a coupon code. There's a, what do you call it, a discount code. GAW10, Guitar at Work 10, GAW10, that gets you 10% off. So it's really, really cool. I'll put the link in the descriptions and all that, and remind you again later on. So thank you again, Eric in Puerto Rico. Amazing, just truly amazing. Thank you very much. Let's go, capo 7. We got a pick in hand. And when you're up there in capo 7, things get a little crowded, but you know what? Sometimes that can make things easier. It makes one thing a tiny bit harder. Well, I'll talk to you about that, but it can make things easier because the chords are quite teeny weeny up there. I'm going to look at, I want to talk to you about steps. So people hear the intro in that. They hear, and that sounds pretty fancy, right? So they try the intro from a video or wherever it might be, and they find it too difficult. If you're just starting out, yes, it's too difficult. If you're just starting out, wait to do that. You can play the song this way without doing the intro. While you're working on the intro, at least you get to play the song through if you're jamming with other people. But when you try to do everything all at once, sometimes people crash and burn. They think guitar's too hard, to get discouraged. That's just terrible. But remember, we YouTube guys are trying to get all of the details into one video, 10 minutes long or 20 minutes long, whatever it's going to be. So you shouldn't be able to play the whole thing by then. Some things will go in the background, but the most important thing is get the friggin' song. Get the song, and not all the detail at first. So let's talk about first step. What we got? Here's a C chord. Capo 7. There's a C. We need some shapes. Now you find this on your details sheet. I am looking at that right here. Details, page 1. Here's a C chord. I'll get to the strum set. Now this is 90% of the song. The line that you're seeing there that has all those chord shapes in your details sheet, the first line, you got a C, a C/B, an A minor 7/G. It's a scary name, but it's nothing to it. Just taking that ring finger from an A minor, I'm going to put them on the low string. And you'll notice an X on your A string, your second thickest string. Just lean that ring finger over. It's probably happened already. You want him to be dead. That's probably happening without even trying. That's A minor 7/G. When you hear a chord like that out of context, it sounds a bit sour maybe. Remember, that's called a passing chord. It's going somewhere. It doesn't make any sense until it gets to where it's going. It's going to the almighty F. Now, don't run screaming out of the room because we see an F bar chord here. You don't have to do it that way. I'm going to play, okay, for big kids F, this guy here, there's your full bar chord like that. If you're not up to doing that, and it is a bit easier at capo 7, so it might be a nice way to get that into your repertoire. I know we all have trouble with an F chord at first, yeah. There's an F. Now you could also, if that's just too much to you, it should not ruin the song for you. Run to just your regular garden variety F, like that. And even if you have this sound, like a dead sound, just get on that F. It gets better. It gets better, I promise. If you're going to use that F, then make sure you use your D string bass instead of your low E string bass. Right? But work toward getting that full bar chord. It's a thicker sound for sure. And then finally a G. There we go. And you want to use that version, what I'll call the big kid's G. Get you on G like that because of things. There's a little thing coming up that you're going to need it that way. Yeah. So that, again, that first line, 1, 2, 3, 6 chords. It's a really sort of generic walk down that he's doing. It is the motif in the song. That's 90% of the song. That first line, like 90%. Let me do this in front of you. The strumming pattern you're going to see there: down, down, up. For now, we're going to get more complicated in a second. Remember, we're looking for just the basics just for now. Step 1. Here's C, down. And we're in 3. Count it this way: 1, 2, and 3, and that's 1 bar. Now go to C/B. 1, 2, and 3, and A minor. 1, 2, and 3, and A minor 7/G. 1, 2, and 3, and whichever F you choose. What I want to mention on the F, sometimes I'll play that easier F, and then I'll use my thumb. I'll use the thumb. Now be careful, you could throw your back out trying that, just be careful. It's a little harder with the capo because things are cramped to get the thumb there. You may see me doing a full bar sometimes. You might see me doing the smaller F with the thumb over sometimes. There's your F. Don't let it ruin the song. You can get it. Here's a G. 1, 2, and 3, and okay, so in context, let me do that line twice. The first line of the detail sheet is your motif in the song. So there we go. I'm going to go twice through slowly, just a basic strum. 1, 2, 3. 1, A minor, 7/G. Here's your F, whichever you might choose. G. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, and I forgot to warn you that the F gets 2 bars and the G gets 2 bars. Let's do that again. Here it comes. 3, 4, 1, 2, C/B. A minor. A minor 7/G. There's an F with 2 bars. 1, 2. Now that's how long you spend on each chord you're going to have on the actual song sheet that has the lyrics on it. Every time you see a chord name, you play that pattern, that right-hand pattern, one of those patterns. 1, 2, and 3, and every time you see a chord name, you get that. No exceptions to that in this song. Okay, so let's call that step 1. If you're struggling with anything in that, then you probably don't want to start working on the details right away. You just have to get to the point where you can get to those chords. The only exception I would make to that is that bloody F chord, okay? Because F, it's okay if you're playing the smaller F and you've got a little dead spot here and there, it's still functional. It's not perfect, but people will sit around going, oh, this is awful. But they've got 3 out of the 4 notes, 1, 2, and 3. It still sounds like an F, right? And it's not a reason to abandon ship on the song or to get frustrated. Everybody goes through that with the F. Try to put your first finger a little bit, if you're doing the easier F, try to put your first finger a little bit sideways. Roll your fingernail toward the headstock. And that on the side of your finger, that tends to help get rid of some of those buzzes, for some people anyway. Yeah. So hey, stick with the F. It's just something to plow through. So hey, that is step 1. So the song comes in at 80 beats a minute. 80 beats per minute, and I'm going to bring it down to 60 just to get you through an easy, slow run through, okay? You should be able to do this before we get into the details, and just before that, let's go to what we call the pre-chorus, where the lyrics are, he jumped so high. Here's an F chord coming. F, 1, 2, 3, F. This is the pre-chorus. E minor, E7, A minor, A minor 7/G. Now here's a new chord. That's in the second line of your details page. D7/F sharp. There we go. 1, that's 2 bars. Here comes your G gets 4. There we go. Okay, so that's the only other chords you're going to find in there. So watch out for that. That was the second little section. Let me break the song up this way. There's verses, there's pre-choruses, and then there's a chorus. The pre-chorus doesn't always go to the chorus, even though it's called a pre-chorus. Watch out. So again, verse. When we do the run through, I'll be putting it up on screen what section we're in. I'm just going to say verse 1, pre-chorus 1, chorus, etc. So just watch out for that. So it's 60 beats a minute we should be able, I'm going to do the first page and the first page only. I'm going to try to shout the chords out as best I can. You should be able to do this. And remember, run-throughs are important because if something bad happens, try to keep going. Look a little bit ahead on your sheet. Geez, look to the next line and restart when I get there, okay? It's not always about abandoning ship and starting over again. You have to be able to deal with real-time messes as they occur, because they're going to happen. When you're jamming with people, you're going to think bad things happen to good people, believe me. And you get to control, you get to be able to control things. So here, I'm going to get this. Here's the beat, buddy. Yeah. Again, I'll link in the description. I have to get used to saying this. Put a link in the description. Use my discount code, promo code GAW10, GAW10, 10% off. That's awesome. It's a great pedal, guys. It's so much fun. It's like having a real drummer, but it doesn't talk back. Edit that out. Get to. I'm thinking a 1, 2, 3, 1, and I'm gonna start it out. A 1, 2, 3, 1. First verse, and a 1, 2, 3, 1. A minor / G. F coming. There's a G coming. Silver hair. C / B. A minor 7 / G. That's it. F coming. G, soft shoe. Pre-chorus. F. E minor, jump so high. E7, A minor, so high. / G, D7 / F sharp. 1, 2, 2 of them. G, 4 Gs. 1, 2. There's going to be something fancy later on coming in there. Here's a C. Da, 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 C / B. A minor. Da, da, da. F. And that's it. 2 of those. Here's a G down and out. 3. C. Da, da, da. C / B. A minor, da da da, / G, F, G, ran out, pre-chorus, F, go. E minor, da da, E7, da, A minor of life, / G, D7 / F sharp, da da G, 4 Gs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, C coming, da da, / B. Another verse, A minor, dance the lick, / G, F here, 1, 2, 3, 1, G coming, and a 1, 2, 3, a 1, C here, da da da, C / B, good, A minor, / G, here's an F, and a 1, 2, 3, G, bottom of the page now, bottom page 1, F, you let go a laugh, E minor, E7, A minor, / G, F sharp here, and a 1, 2, 3, G, 4 Gs. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, there's the first page. I'll bring it back up to 80 here for later. The song comes in at 80 beats a minute. And that's the first page. If you really struggle with that, you probably want to stop tape there, because we're going to get into some of the fancy fills and everything you may have heard in the intro and you're hearing throughout the song. So, but the core part of the song is what I just played, and you should be able to do that before you start adding stuff. I really want to stress that, because I see so many people getting frustrated and thinking things are really hard. You got to get the song, and then in the background, as I said, you're working on the detail to really bring the song about. So step 1 is done. Now, how about, okay, if we add, first of all, let's run to the intro. I'm looking at the detail sheet here. I'm going to look at the intro, 3rd line here of your details sheet. And you're seeing intro. I'm going to jump on a C shape. You'll see the C written there. I'm going to jump on a C, and I'm going to play these notes. The 3 you're seeing is the 3rd fret on the A string. The 0 is the G string open. And the first finger is already on the 1st fret of the B string. So there we go. That's 3, 0, 1. It's based around the C shape. You don't need your middle finger on, but why would you take it off? You're playing a C shape, and if you blow it with your right hand, it's going to sound better if you have it on. Now I've written the down ups in there as well, so that's going to be this guy. Down, down, up, down, up. Sorry, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's it. Again, I like to rest my right hand for that. If I didn't rest my right hand, I would miss strings all over the place. I'll call it the heel of your hand, this part right here. And I'm just resting on the pins there that are holding your guitar, strings in there. And that way the pick stroke emanates from my wrist, and I have some idea what string I'm going to hit before I hit it, instead of flailing around. And I usually don't have to look, and I can be fairly accurate. Yeah, sure, you miss some. Yep, for sure. Here's C again. Now I'm going to go to the C / B chord you're seeing there. Boink. and that's the same shape we used in the throughout the song. And now you're seeing a 2. It's already there. That refers to the fret number, right? The fret number on that string is a 2, then a 0, then a 1. And you don't even really need to read the numbers, you just have to pick the right string. Now remember, that sounds odd until it gets to the A minor 7 coming your way. I'm just going to take everything off except my first finger for this guy. It's sort of a specialty item. A minor 7. I know it's not the A minor 7 you already know probably, but the net effect of that scientifically or theoretically is an A minor 7. Again, there we go. So far the first 3 bars in that intro. Here's a C. C/B. One moving over. A minor 7, 1 finger only. Now the last bar of the intro, walk. A minor 7/G is implied, but I'm just going to abandon ship on everything and go 3, 0, 2. Again, that's 3rd fret on the low E, open A string, and 2nd fret on the A string. And those are all downstrokes, just to give it a bit of authority. Let's play that whole intro through very, very slowly. And how would you count that 1 and 2 and 3 and? It's kind of heavy swing in there. You would count that C slowly, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Here comes 1, 2, 3. There, I hit it 1 bad string there, but if you keep going, as soon as you play that next note, all is forgiven. Let's do it again slowly. 1, 2, 3, and C/B, A minor 7, walking. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, C/B, A minor 7, and the 1. There we go. Okay, that's your intro. So if you want to get that up to speed, there we go. Yeah, that's cool. The walk at the very end, if you're just one guitar player, it's kind of nice to add in between all the notes you're seeing in the walk, the 4th bar of the intro, in between all those notes. It's kind of neat to add the G string open. So here's the walk. And it usually goes to C after that, but let me do this. Here's your walk. I'm going to play the open G string in between all those notes. So, and it goes to C. In context, you get it's busier sounding. You keep an 8th note buzz going, keep the 8th note alive. Otherwise, the walks, they're quarter notes. Hey, they sound great. They really stick out when you do them as quarter notes because you're missing the 8th note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those quarter notes. Here comes 8th. And it's just got a bit of a flurry to it that I quite like. Optional for sure. That would be an upstroke every time on the open G string. You're effectively picking down, up, whoop, down, up, down, up, down, up, and into your C. There you go. There's your intro. Stop tape there. You can run away and work on that. The walk, now very, very similar, actually pretty much the same. When you see two Gs in a row in the song, which happens like every second line, I think. Yeah, it's basically almost every second line in the verses. When you see 2 Gs in a row, we sacrifice the last G and we use the walk instead. So if I hear, okay, I'm gonna go with this guy here. Sorry guys, there we go. Here's my first verse. Let's say ba-da-da, da-da-da, A minor, da-da-da. Here's an F coming, G, and that's what's written in that, where it says G walk in your detail sheet. That's what I mean by that. Anytime you have 2 Gs back to back, you put that walk in, which is the same as the walk in the intro. Again, you could put in the open G strings to make it a little bit busier sounding. Bow, 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 like that. So here's the verse one more time. C. 1, 2, 3. F coming. G. Here it comes. Again, verse, F here, this time with the open G string and G, here it comes. Yeah, and I'll remind you, I'm going from strumming, freelance strumming here, then when I need the walk, I immediately go to the rest, otherwise I'd be missing a ton of strings in here. That's what I mean by the walk. I also want to mention during the section, I meant to mention this earlier, so forgive me for backing up a bit. all through the song. The first beat of every bar, I'm saying down, it's a downstroke. Here's our strumming pattern, down, down, up, down, up. We got that. Instead of a full strum on the first beat, maybe play a bass note. 1, 2, and 3. And it's still a downstroke on the bass note. And the bass note is the lowest available note in the chord. So there's my ring finger on the 3rd fret of that C, of the A string, which is a C note. So I'm going to use him, isolate him. 1, 2, and 3. And so instead of this, we go 1, bass note here, A minor. And you really hear that bass line, which is the intent really for that progression. So that's what that is. Now the bottom of page 1 of your details, the G riff. When you have 4 G's in a row, like at the end of a pre-chorus, 4 G's in a row, he's got this really cool idea. I'll play it through. 1, 2, 3. Again, that slowly was this. 1. It's a regular G and then little hammer there. C. Now, the bottom of page 1 of your detail sheet, G riff it's called. I'm going to start it this way. G, bass, down, up, up. The 3 means to play the 3rd fret on that low E. You're already doing that if you have a G shape. 1, 2. Now, I need a 2 on the D string, says my sheet. I need a 2 on the D string. So I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to put him there. I'm going to isolate him. I'm going to keep this other guy here. He's not bugging anybody. Again, isolated. Sounds strange until you move along. And that 3rd bar, I'm going to take my ring finger over, I'm going to put him on the 3rd fret of that D string. And the net effect of that is G7, that's why I've written G7th there. And then the walk down is this 3, 2, 0, and it terminates on a C. Like that. There you go. I know it's hard out of context. Again, this is when you have 4 G's in a row in the song. 4 G's in a row, you throw this in when you're ready for it, right? So here's a G coming. 1, 2. 2nd fret, 3rd fret, now walk it. It's going to go to C in the song in there, right? So that's a fair bit of detail right there. Again, that could take you a few days to get that. So again, stop tape, or when we do the run through coming up here at full speed, you could play it through without any of these embellishments, right? I'll be putting them in, but you could play through and you add your detail when you're ready, right? So can you get through the song in its most basic form, and then you start, taking chances when you're feeling good, and you throw in the walks, whatever it might be. You don't have to be able to play the whole thing to get through that play along. The only other thing I'll bring your attention to before that is the chorus bass line. I'm on page 2 of the detail sheet. Your chorus, which is A minor, the first chorus happens on page 2 of your song sheet. Sorry if this is confusing. You're going to see A minor, Mr. Bojangles, Mr. Bojangles. So A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. G here. So that it's just A minors to G's, 2 A minors, 2 G's. You'll hear a little bass line. I'll do this again. 1, 2, 3, 1. Here's your G, 1. Here comes here. 1, 2, 3, 1. Here's a G. Here it is again. Yeah, let's slow that down. Top of page 2, detail sheet. Go grab those sheets, patreon.com. A minor, 1. You're seeing bass, down, up twice. I'm going to go to this G, play a full bar, and the 4th bar of that G, 4th bar of the chorus is this guy, 3. You're already there. 0, 2, and you go right back to A minor. It says repeat. Here's a G coming. A minor. Here's a G. Here it comes again. That's it. Yeah, now if I add that fancy open G string in between all those notes, and don't do that till you're feeling good about it. I'll remind you, rest your right hand when you go to do, not when you're strumming, but when you're going to get that detail. So here's A minor, chorus, G, comes here. That's the open G string in between the bass walk. Here's again, A minor, 1, G here, 1, 2, here comes, A minor, 2, here's a G, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again, it fills it right up. They do something close to that. Remember, they got a whole band, right? But if you're just one person, it is an awful long, it's a bit of a hole there if you don't fill it up with something, because there's no vocal in that part. He's finished singing for just a fraction of a second. Okay, so that's all the detail. Back that up is whatever you need to do. And I hope you'll take this step-by-step approach. What did we do first? We got the basic chords. Second thing, we did the intro. Then we added the walks and all that. But now if we bring it right back to 0, we're at full speed. I'll do a full play along. I'm going to have to scroll at the bottom of page 1. So keep strumming a G chord while I stroll. And I'll tell you I'm doing that. And to get to page 2. So just do what you can, okay? Do what you can. I'm going to play the intro and everything. I'll be shouting out. It's moving along pretty quickly, so I'll try to shout out all the chords. I shout them out slightly in advance to give you a fighting chance to get there, but hopefully you're staring at your sheet, and that's another thing for recovery skills. If you're having to look at your left hand, you might get lost when you look at your sheet. So it's great to be able to play these chords without looking, right? Without looking at your neck. So that's always helpful. There's going to be 2 counts of 3 to get us in, and play along. Here it comes. And again, the fabulous BEATBUDDY. We're using the BEATBUDDY from Singular Sound. Wait a second. Promo code GAW, Guitar at Work 10, GAW10, and it'll be in the description. If you go grab one, they're fantastic, guys. I love it. And thank you again, Eric, in Puerto Rico. All right, so here's the intro. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slash B, A minor reverse here. Here's an F coming. 1, 3. Here's a G. Walk it. C, A minor, F is a double, G, F, pre-chorus, E minor, so high, E7, A minor, drum so high, slash G, D7 over F sharp, there we go. G is 4, remember what to do here? If you can, only if you can. C verse, met him in a cell, A minor, slash G, F coming, G down and out. C, slash B, A minor, slash G, F coming 2 bars, G, walk it to F here, F, 2, 3, octave live, E minor, E7, A minor, octave live, slash G, D7 slash F sharp, G, 4 bars, you know what to do, verse now, C, said his name, Bojangles, A minor, dance the lick, F coming, cross cell G, C, slash B, good, A minor, slash G, here's an F for 2 bars, 1. Just click the here's G, walk in F, bottom of the page, E minor, left, 7, A minor, left, slash G, D7 over F sharp, that's it, G is 4, I gotta scroll, strumming, 1, 2, 3, 1, chorus, A minor, 1, 2, G, Mr. Bojangles, bass line, if you can, A minor, G, 2, 3, A minor, Mr. Bojangles, good, G chorus here, top of the second page, and we're at the 1, it's almost like an intro there, slash G now, C, verse, dance for those in minstrel shows, A minor, slash G, here's an F coming, G throughout the south, C, slash B, A minor, dog in him, F coming, G traveled about, walk to F, F, dog up and died, 7, up and died, slash G, D7 slash F sharp, G for 4 bars, you know what to do. Yeah, C and C, slash B, A minor, honky tonks, F is a double, G for drinks and tips, C, slash B, A minor, slash G, F here, G, drinks a bit, F, pre-chorus, he shook his head, E minor, E7, he shook his head, A minor, slash G, D7 slash F sharp, G's a double, 4 of them, sorry, and chorus, bottom of page 2, Mr. G, Bojangle, bass line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, G, 1, 2, bass line, if you can, G, and outro, C, slash B, A minor, and we're going to C at the end. So that's flying by, right? I hope you did okay with that. There's going to be bumps. You may have to do that several times, right? And treat it like a real exercise that you're jamming with somebody. So you got to keep on going. They're going to keep on going. You keep on going, and you really build solid recovery skills. For sure. Hard to shout all those chords out and let you know where we are and all that. So I hope you're okay with it. Go round and around and around all that. And that was an excellent request. Thank you for that. And also, I'll remind you, head to patreon.com youtube.com/guitarwork. Grab these sheets, and you can grab like a whole bunch of other songs. There's a whole pile of songs up there I've done, so you can follow along with other videos. You don't have to make a big commitment there. Just grab everything, and you can play along. So I'm getting a lot of great feedback about the play along stuff. Thank you for that. The thing about YouTube is great and everything, but it's one way. So you need to play instead of playing with others, which is difficult right now. It's sort of a good second to be able to play along with video like that, but in real time, right? In real time. So thank you for coming back. Thumbs up mean a great deal here in YouTube. I appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up. It really, really helps me at my end. Thanks for subscribing. Your questions, your comments, your suggestions have been great. And thanks again to the people at Singular Sound who make the BEATBUDDY. It's a fabulous project, and it was really, really cool to hear from you that you've been watching these videos and are pleased that I've been pushing the thing. But we're now together. I appreciate it very much. Link in the description. Use that promo code and grab yourself a BEATBUDDY. They're fabulous. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming back, and we'll see you again soon. 1, 2, 3, 1, down.